Hi everybody, this is Erica, and I wanted to talk about makeup that gives you the wow factor. And that is kind of that dopamine rush that you get when you find something that is like immediately falling into your holy grail status, or you just kind of are like, why did I sleep on this so long? This is just so good. So some of these are repeats of products that I have featured in other videos, so I apologize for doing repeats, but they are just so good that I had to kind of give them another shout out. So one of them is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation and the L'Oreal Age Perfect Tinted Balm 4-in-1 Balm. And these have a little bit of a different quality to them. This is definitely a very skin-like foundation that goes on and truly has a radiance to it. And when I applied it, I just was like, why don't I use this more? This is amazing. And the tinted balm does have, it claims to have like a firming effect, and I actually do think my skin looks firmer with it on. And just something about it when it goes on, it just makes your skin look like perfection. And these are two products that I just went, wow, when I used them. And I still kind of have that reaction every time I use them. Another one was the Hourglass concealer, and it just has such a luxe feeling on the skin. It's so creamy and it just covers so well that I just went wow while I was applying it for the first time. It just, I don't find something of that texture and that kind of like creaminess and just, you know, beautiful sort of consistency in the drugstore. I just haven't found a product like that. And when I apply it, I'm just kind of like wowed by it. It covers, not, it's probably a medium coverage foundation. I wouldn't say it covers everything, but it does cover really well. And it just has, it again, it's that creaminess factor, that luxury factor that just made me go wow. And I will be the first to admit that I am really late to the Charlotte Tilbury party. I've I've kind of eyed her brand for years from afar, and there's a couple reasons why I haven't jumped on the Charlotte Tilbury train. And one is that I find her marketing a little hyperbolic or just a little much. It's just so over the top. If you ever watch her marketing, it's, you know, just this will give you the, you know, the supermodel glow. I don't think we've used supermodel, that term, since the 90s, but it just, everything is supermodel, and everything is very kind of sexualized. So I don't have a moral issue with things being sexualized in marketing, but it just doesn't appeal to me or sell to me. So, but I did finally try her pressed powder, and I could only find the mini because her pressed powder is sold out. And I just, when I put it under my eyes, I went, wow. They were just completely smooth. They looked flawless, airbrushed. And I could completely understand why people are just buying this in droves and talking about it all the time. I don't have that reaction to every product that is very highly rated in kind of the influencer space, but that was one product that I went, wow. Another product that I had that reaction to was the NYX Buttermelt bronzers and blushes. Particularly the bronzers, there's just something about them. They're just, they have a beautiful, like smooth consistency on them. They're very finely milled. They go on and they look like you've been out in the sun. And I just remember applying them. They're just highly pigmented. They're great. And they're $10, and that smells great. So, yeah. So the NYX Buttermelt bronzers in particular, and the blushes I do really love too, gave me that wow factor where I literally just, the first time I used it, I went, wow, this is great. And then a couple other products. Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder is just, it feels like luxury. It just has just a beautiful, beautiful luxury quality to it. And it's not super pigmented. It's not the most pigmented bronzer you can get. It's probably a little fair for my skin tone, but it just has this way of enhancing your skin in such a way that is subtle, but is, you know, perceptible. And it just looks like a luxe product on your skin, and it had that quality. And then a more recent one that I bought is I bought the Saie Glow Sculpt, and I think people are going to be really divided on this product because it is glimmery, but I got it in Mauve Glow, and when I applied it, I didn't expect to like it, and it just was absolutely beautiful. It was kind of pearlescent. It wasn't highly, highlightery or too much, and it had a great color payoff. And I just went kind of like wow when I applied it, because it just looked so beautiful, and it just had such a beautiful, like, kind of pearlescent quality to it. And I think this might be like a product that kind of divides people, but that was another product that I had that reaction to. And then the L'Oreal Le Lumi blushes, I've also had the wow factor on. Like, they were just, I was used to using drugstore liquid blushes that were very highly pigmented, were almost immobile on the skin immediately. You had to work super fast, and you almost had to tone it down and like put foundation over it to just get it to look, not clownish. And these have great pigmentation, but they're subtle enough that you can wear them, in kind of a very natural way, and you can wear them in like this, very kind of highly pigmented way. You can build them up. So you have a lot of playtime, and you have a lot of control over these products, and they just have a beautiful, some of them have more, kind of like shimmer to them than others. Some are more matte, but I picked up one I picked up most recently was the Le Lumi blush in Glowy Worth It medium, because I thought it would be like a great fall color, and it really is. It's just, it looks intimidating when you first apply it, so I applied it to my hand, but if you kind of blend it out, you feel it's almost has a watery consistency. I know that sounds bad, but it is so blendable, and you can just get it to basically the consistency you want. One downside to the product that I have found is they can get a little patchy as the hours wear on. So it doesn't have great longevity. When you first apply it, you have that wow factor. Like, this is just absolutely amazing. And I think that kind of rounds it out. I also tried, I don't think I have it with me. Yeah, I tried the Charlotte Tilbury. I got one palette of hers, and it was one that I justified by saying I cannot find a dupe for this in the drugstore. And it was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Dreams palette. And I didn't want to like this. I really didn't want to like this for the cost. But it just, I thought it would be very rosy toned, kind of a deep, kind of rosy toned quality, kind of similar to her Pillow Talk, lipstick. But it has kind of a brown consistency to it, and the shimmers on it really add like a visual interest to the eye. And it just looks beautiful, high-end, very high quality, and unfortunately I do really love it. I didn't want to love it. But again, I'm really late to the Charlotte Tilbury parties, so I just wanted to say that. So those were my wow factor products, and I'd be curious to know if you have ones that you tried that just kind of blew you out of the water when you tried them. And I hope you have a great day. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye.